Good morning, guys. So this is VMware NSXT demo class. Before to start, we go through and understand the course contents. To understand the course contents, we need to open the website, which is netupgrade.in, and over there we can go from the menu courses and choose the VMware network virtualization. Over there, there are two NSX courses which we are providing. One is NSXV and another is NSXT. So we have to click on the right NSXT to view the NSXT course, as well as we can click on the NSXV to understand NSXV course too. So this NSX course which we are providing is called Installed Config and Manage, which VMware is providing. The contents are exactly same which VMware and us are providing. Within this course, we give the introduction of NSXT, what is the object modules and course objective, what is the VMware NSXT data center component, how we can see NSXT architecture, what is the use case and the benefit of NSXT, what is the features of NSXT, how the management plane, control plane and data plane are going to get work, how we can deploy the NSXT in their environment, right? How we are going to use ESXi or KVM hypervisor we can use to install NSXT, right? What is the NVDS, transport zone, transport node, transport zone, profiles and others component? What is the logical switching is going to get configured? L2 segment, Geneve, MAC, RP, tap tables and all. What is the logical routing we are going to use? So everything we are going to understand here, including the tier 0 and tier 1 gateway. Then we'll move to the logical bridging. Then we'll understand how the bridges are going to get work, what is the use case in this bridging, right? How we can configure bridge cluster and bridge profile together. What is the data center services are running within that? So over there, what is NAT, DNS, DSCPs, what is the L4, L4 to L7 load balancing, how to configure the VPN on this NSX box, which is great achievement. All the virtual appliances are going to support multiple IPsec VPN. Then we'll go to the security and understand how the firewall is going to get configured, how to configure distribution firewall, how to configure gateway firewall. What is the architecture and their related component? How to do the network introspection services over there, how to configure, describe endpoint protection and their use case. Then we'll understand the role management, the NSXT management itself, right? What is VMware identity management? Their authentications, users, policy, permissions. We understand all of those NSXT management contents. Then how to troubleshoot this NSXT environment, its virtualized environment, because we as a network engineer work on the physical appliances. So we don't know about this VMware component, is virtualization component. So we have various tools which help us to get configured and troubleshoot as well. So all those things we are going to get cover here. Let's move back to our PPT. So as an introduction, this NSXT is what? NSXT says what is the, let me bring my pen. So NSXT says it's a network virtualization which VMware has designed and says you can deploy a network virtualization component close to your virtual machine itself, right? So it means that we can deploy the networking component, and this component is close to your virtual machines. It means they are getting a quick response from the gateway or quick response from the L2 switch as well. They use some software defined technology. They use software defined approach and configure and make this networking, make this virtualized networking component to be extend across your data centers. Right? This environment, this NSXT is also available in the cloud as well. If you want, you can extend it on the cloud. The NSXT data center belonging bring into the networking as well as security component, and they want that these two component, which is majorly used for the server perspective, these two component are closer to your work locations, closer to your virtual machines. Right? So everything, whatever is running, either it's on bare metal server, it's a virtual server or public cloud, anywhere we can get it configured. Right? So as I said in the previously, we have a various tools which help us to do the troubleshooting of this NSXT virtual environment. So VMware understand that we are new in this virtualization field, so they give us a tool to get it troubleshoot and restored all the services as quickly as possible. So in NSXT, they bring us the major component is that is switching, which give us a flexibility for L2 switching, as well as they give us a routing options where we can configure layer 3 VLANs or inter VLAN routing, dynamic routing or static routing. So both type of routing is going to get support. From the firewall security point of view, we have a distribution firewall as well as gateway firewall, or we can say edge firewall as well. And they also giving us an option for the load balancing as well. So in an NSXT, it's a basic native feature in respect of load balancer, but we have the option to use the NSXT, use the load balancing method in NSXT environment. So VMware has bring us all the networking product in a virtualized format, and this is completely a SDN solution which VMware has bring. Everything is configured in a programmatical way, and everything is close to your virtual machine where your virtual machine is there, and everything is ready in a few seconds as well. You plan to deploy a switch, then you go and configure the switch, it is immediately available. But in physical environment, it is not possible. If you plan to deploy a layer 2 switch, then you have to understand which switch you want to deploy, how many ports it is there. Then you prepare a BOM, take an approval, go ahead and give this BOM bill of material to Cisco or other vendor. Then that this device has been shipped to the destination location and you get configured. This simple process will take a month of time at least, or if we do it faster, then it's take a 15 days at least, right? But here in this SDN solution which VMware has brought, within this solution we can configure our L2 switch or routing or layer 3 switch or layer 3 router or firewalls or load balancer. Any of these technology, any of these things can be configured in a minute. In a few minutes, it's going to get configured. A multiple switch can be configured. So this is one of the beauty of NSXT environment, NSXT component. So we as we start a new technology, we are very curious about the certifications. So VMware certification point of view, VMware has bring and categorize their certification level as an associate point of view, which is called VCA, professional VCP, advanced professional is called VCAP, and expert level is called VCDX. Right? So NSXT is falls over here is in professional level certification. Before to do NSXT, we have the prerequisite that we must be cleared and pass associate level of certification or foundation certification. Once we have done, then we are good to go with NSX-T environment. For those who are CCIE certified, they are eligible for VCP certification, right? So they don't need for this VCP certification. They directly jump and do this VCAP or VCDX, this one certification. Let's move. Once we have done the certification, then VMware has issued a digital badge for us. So any of the virtualization technology, we are getting the badge which we can advertise to our social media. Now, in VMware world, I know most of us are new in this technology, but I'll give you the basic, very basic fundamental background and understand the entire component of this VMware, right? So just understand this outer boxes is our physical server, and all the server all the physical server is having some set of hardware like CPU, memory, network interface card, and some storage. When we install some of the operating system, then operating systems are going to get installed over here like this OS. It can be at that moment Windows or it can be Linux too. But VMware has developed one solution which says that this operating system is not needed, because when we installed this operating system, then this operating system is utilizing the entire hardware, right? So in that case, we cannot use any of the other operating system to be installed over here. So only one operating system can be installed on one hardware, and only one or two application can run on top of it. So VMware has bring us a solution and said that if we want to install one multiple operating system on top of one hardware, then we have the capability to install it, and that is called a hypervisor. That hypervisor that is running on top of your hardware, which is called VMware ESXi hypervisor. So that hypervisor has divided our CPU, memory, our network interface card, our storage in some set of requirement and get it divided in multiple areas and multiple zones like this. A segment they has been divided, and this segment is having a completely isolation to each other. And on top of this hardware, we have to configure their own operating system. It can be Windows or it can be your Linux. Once it has been installed, you can go and configure. Over here is one application and other is two application. For example, IIS. For example, here FTP. So these two applications are completely isolated. We don't need, they are not dependent to each other. So this outer box which is configured by this hypervisor is called a virtual machine. So these virtual machines are completely isolated to each other, and they are going to use their own associated, their own reserved resources, hardware resources. This is called ESXi hypervisor. This hypervisor is categorized in two forms. One is hardware based and B is a software based. Right? We'll discuss in more detail in our upcoming classes what all those. Right? To access this ESXi host, for the management point of view to understand this ESXi host. So we have the client which is called vSphere Web Client. It's a small software utility that can be installed anywhere on your own engineer workstation. The third major component, major product of VMware is called vSphere vCenter. This vCenter is what? That whenever we access our ESXi host via the vSphere web client, so over there we only can enter one IP address of ESXi host and then get it access. But what about if we have the 10 ESXi host or 20 ESXi host in our environment? Then it will be very difficult to get managed. Then VMware has bring one management server is called vCenter. This vCenter is having capability to manage more than one or multiple ESXi hosts. Right? There is one more important terminology is called data center. VMware assumed that this ESXi hypervisor solution has been developed in any of the data center. So that data center represent one logical entity that all the devices, all the VMs which are going to get configured within this appliances that are tagged with this entity, this is called data center. It's a logical name. For example, ASPAC DC or EMEA DC or North America region or Latin America kind of. So if we have the data center in these regions, then we can divide all VMware data center name according to their specific reasons. Each of the ESXi host is used for a specific purpose. So that purpose can be your management, your production, or your development team as well. So we can club all those ESXi hosts together and create a cluster and utilize those for a specific purpose. This is called cluster. In VMware terminology, there is one more important thing that is called data store, which is nothing in our standard terminology, we can say it is hard disk drive or storage. Storage means that it is a place where we can store our virtual machines file, which is configured by our hypervisor software. Right? So whenever the hypervisor create a virtual machine, there are some files which are going to get configured and make this hardware to be up. Right? So that files are going to store somewhere, which is called data store. So these are the main terminology which are going to get used here in VMware. Everything we will discuss in details, how the ESXi host is going to get configured, how the vSphere web client is accessible and access the ESXi host, how the vCenter is going to get deployed. If we want that these ESXi or vCenter need to be deployed at your home lab, then what is the prerequisite for those? So everything we will discuss first, understand and clear the foundation of VMware. Once it is done, then we'll go to the networking component, how this network interface card is connected to our physical switch, how it is connected to your virtual networking switch, how the communication is going to get happen from VM1 to VM2 or VM1 to your external bare metal server. So everything we will discuss and clear the foundation first, then we will start the NSXT. So in our upcoming class, we will go through and understand and clear this foundation first. So thank you very much for this class. See you in next class.